Hey everybody, welcome back to another Krita tutorial. Today we're going to be continuing our transform series and talking about the Liquify tool. My tablet pen here. So the Liquify is an icon that looks like a raindrop almost. If you hover over it, you do that again. There we go. Nope. I think because I have it selected, sorry. There we go. If you hover over it, it'll say Liquify. So at first glance, let me actually do that. When we have this selected, you can see we have a bunch of options, but there's also no cage. Instead, we have our actual brushstroke here, but we can't really change the size like we would normally. But if you see here, we have different options to change the size, amount, flow, spacing, and verse. So before we get into that, let's just go ahead and see what the default does. So as you can see, basically this is like you're adding water to your image and it's distorting it. Kind of like the ink is flowing out of the paper, but not really. It's giving it a very liquidy, water-like ripple effect. Looks like he's underwater now. You can go ahead and hit Control-Z and undo that. So if I just want to push this part down, let's say maybe he's getting a little chunky up here. Push that back out. I can easily add in a little bit more of a curve. I'm gonna hit my B key for the brush, and that's the final look. So at first glance, it doesn't look like I really did anything, or that you can't tell I did anything, which is a good thing. It didn't distort the image too much. But I definitely made this a little bit more of a curve. So if I go ahead and undo that, you can see that this comes up a little bit more straight. Whereas if I go and redo, you can see I push that in more. So it's very subtle, but that I think is the benefit of the Liquify tool. I'm actually going to put that back to normal. And go back to Liquify tool. Let's try that again. There we go. So we're going to keep it at build up for now, but let's look at the size. So right now you can see the size. If I move this up, I get a bigger brush. If I move this down, my brush icon is much smaller. This is a good thing because if I need to only adjust this area, let's say maybe the eye wasn't round enough to me or it was too small, I don't really need a brush that's this big to do that. I would like to be able to do some minor changes, right? Now the amount, let's move this eye over here. This is going to affect how much I'm going to be liquefying this. Obviously that is way different than what I had. It was like around here. I still have that strength there, right? But if I go back down, it's not as strong. Like I have to really pull or put some long strokes just to get like this. But if I raise up the amount, I can get some pretty crazy effects right away with almost no effort. So I'm actually going to undo that with the eyes because it's just a little crazy. We're actually going to pull that back down. I think that's fine. So here I can just lightly change the shape of the eye, make that a little bigger. All right, spacing. So if you know from editing your brushes, which actually I think we can go over real quick. We did this in our pop-up palette video. If we go to the pop-up palette, we actually can adjust the spacing of our strokes, right? Move that over, hit OK. Oops. Do this and you'll try it out. So as you can see, this is a lower spacing, this is a higher spacing. So the brush tip, it almost gives me a range of dots to go through, right? Because it says the brush tip, and with no spacing, it's merged into one big stroke. But with increased spacing, it spreads out that stroke completely, so it's not going to be a nice smooth line. And the same thing was going to apply to our Liquify tool. So if we increase the spacing, it's not going to give me as much of an effect right away, because technically that spacing of that warp or liquefy is spread out. So if I lower this, you can see I'm getting a much more of an effect for my strokes. I can lower that even more, and you can see it's a much tighter adjustment. And again, if I raise it up, there's almost nothing happening. It's very subtle. And if I lower that again, you know, that might be a little much, but you get the idea. I wouldn't go so far as to increase your spacing that much, but if you have a large drawing, maybe you have a large brush stroke that you need to do, and you really need to just increase or decrease that spacing, or increase it even, to get a certain look, you know, that's totally fine. So, whoops, put that back. So now we're going to go to the reverse. Actually, let me actually make a stroke here. So let's say we're just going to move this down, right? Let's see how that's looking. Put that there, put that down. We're going to go to reverse. So as you can see, it's giving me a much different look. If I have my brush strokes go down, it's actually pushing it up. It's reversing my stroke. Undo that. So if I go down, it's going down. But if I have the reverse on and I push this down, it's actually going to do the opposite and go in the opposite direction and be pulled up. So the wash option is just a very subtle effect. While the build up, you just keep building up to it until you can't do it anymore. Mainly by your decision. Like, I can keep building up to this all I want, stretching it, deforming it until I completely demolish it. I'm just gonna undo that so I don't crash Krita. Got some crazy pixel action going on there. And with the wash, I'm gonna actually raise that. I can keep building it up, but it almost doesn't, it's not as extreme. It would take me a lot more time to build it up to how I want it to. I can increase the amount, make it go farther, but that's about it. And this is actually really helpful when you're doing minor adjustments in your sketches. I've seen it used for that the most. So let's say maybe the smile wasn't drastic enough, I can just go in. Alright, so I still have to go back over and adjust it, but this gives me a much more drastic smile here. It looks a little goofy there, but that's okay. Probably just something like that. There we go. Looks very happy now. Alright, so that's it for the Liquify tool. As always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Let me know if this tool is going to be helpful for you, or if this is going to be a tool that you use over all the other transform options, or if this is something that you didn't know could be used in your art, or even your sketches. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.